Hello everyone, my name is Carl Julian and I am wearing my GoPro. I've been using a GoPro to teach classes and teach subjects for a couple semesters now. And this semester I'm using it to teach what is known as GoPro Entrepreneurship. I'm in my backyard and here's my tomato garden. Looks a little beat up right now. I have to get in here and do some weeding and some picking of some tomatoes. But I came out in my tomato garden, as I do a lot of times, just to kind of relax and do some reflection. And so as we start a new class, I thought I'd come out here and start to reflect with you. Many of you, as young, busy people, just like myself, spend very little time reflecting. And as young people, you need to spend some more time reflecting. This class will give you an opportunity as an elective class to spend some time reflecting on your lives, and especially with what you want to do with yourselves and your careers and your lives. I know many of you have thought about it in terms of your life, and many of you just thought about it, about going down to the career center, figuring out how to interview, getting your resumes out, sitting down with a couple of companies and, interviewing companies, getting a job, and hopefully moving your way up a job, middle management, upper management, having a nice perks package, and building a retirement, and then eventually retiring. And by all means, as I say this to you, that's a very nice career path. And I don't want to dismiss that as being bad. But for some of you, that will be a bad path, because it will be traumatic in the fact that you'll be in an office building or doing something, and it'll be agony as you work for somebody. It'll be agony as you have to follow their instructions and their directions and their management style and the way they treat people and their customers. And in the back of your head and in the front of your head, you just know that it is wrong. And it'll turn you up, and it'll make you angry in many cases. And it'll just kind of make you miserable. So some of you, hopefully, will do what I did many years ago, which is jump ship and go into business for yourself and run down what is known as the entrepreneurial path. So I started this path in Stone Harbor way back in 1987. I came right out of Stone Harbor, right out of Penn State, moved down the shore in Stone Harbor. I worked for a company. Stone Harbor, I'm going to drive you around Stone Harbor in a little bit. Small seashore community. This is one of the old original signs that I took. I'm not sure that I'm allowed to have it, but I have it. It's an old wood sign. They replaced them all with the new fiberglass signs, but I have this. I worked for a company that was a development company. They built hotels, they built strip centers, and for a couple of years I was their property manager. I did a good amount of work managing their apartments, their condos, their commercial and real estate properties. Did good work for them. But I quickly realized that the owners of the company, this was a multi-million-dollar company, I quickly realized that the owners of the company didn't give a crap about customers, didn't give a crap about their assets, and didn't give a crap about their employees, of whom I was one of. So in 1989, I was so aggravated. I knew I could do better in business. So I decided to jump ship and start this company right here. This is one of my original sign, Julian Property Management, Stone Harbor, 1989. I jumped ship and I started this business. And this business has gone through a lot of evolutions over the time. It's still in existence today under a sole proprietorship. It's different today. We're going to talk about sole proprietorship this semester. But this company provided a lot of opportunity, a lot of headaches, a lot of money, a lot of experiences. And today, I'm very proud to say that without this company and all of the knowledge that I had, I would not be, who I am today, nor would I be the professor who I am today, by any means. I say this to you. This was one of the most wonderful periods of time in my life. Being my own boss, doing my own thing, running my own business. One point I had about upwards of 13 year-round employees. Our company, which was a property management company, ran from Sea City to Cape May. A bunch of 6 or 7 vans on the road. Really an intense business. We were based in Stone Harbor, but we went where the customers were. And I prided myself on taking care of the customers. I prided myself on taking care of my employees. And it was really what my focus was. So take a ride with me as we go through a little bit of reflection on entrepreneurship, just to kind of kick off the class this semester and kick off the concept of entrepreneurship. It's really a wonderful, passionate journey that many people have. And I stress to you, not all of you will have this passion. Not all of you will have this excitement. And it's really not for the weak of heart. You really need to be passionate about customers. You need to be passionate about business. You need to be passionate about your employees. There's a lot to it. And if you don't have passion, you know the old expression, if you do something that you like, you'll never work a day in your life. And I really, at 52 years old, I can honestly say that's where I am. Running that business for all those years from 1989 and now being a professor. I've never worked a day in my life. I am truly a fortunate person in that I've always done what I've been passionate about. So to get back to the concept of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs are people who are reasonably crazy because they go into this business and there's a chance that you won't make any money. And aside from that, there's a chance that not only will you not make any money, but there's a chance that somebody will try to take all of the money that you have, not necessarily from the business, in terms of a lawsuit. Those people that try to do that might be an employee or a customer, and they'll try to do that from you. And or it might not just be a person who tries to do that. It might also be the government. So really is something to consider as you go into business, because it's really a hard concept. So let me just jump back a little bit. Here's a typical town. This is Stone Harbor. This is downtown. But this is any town, USA. Big town, small town. It's just filled with small businesses. These are your neighbors. These are your family members. And you've seen these businesses in your neighborhoods across wherever you live. There's clothing stores. There's retail hardware stores. There's ice cream parlors. There's a movie theater in this town. Restaurants galore. Bars. And you can see these places all in all up and down the street. And these are places, they're not Macy's, they're not Targets, there are jewelry stores, but these are places that you go into every day and you enjoy. And these are owned by people just like you and me. They have an idea and they have the passion to open these stores. And this is you someday. And hopefully this is you someday. And so as you make these decisions to do this, I'm going to swing back around so you can get another look at that. But this is you. And so just going backwards to this as we wait for these traffic lights. as you go back to this, the entrepreneur is really somebody who takes this idea. As I was driving down 96th Street, there's a place called the Toys 5 and 10. It's just a little department store like a Target, like a Walmart, but it's just on a much smaller scale. I'm going to drive down here. I'm all over the place today as I'm driving around this GoPro. Here's a couple of little hotels, seashore hotels, as I sometimes call them, seashore businesses. The Harbor Inn, the Seaward Motel, the Lark Motel. These are just small business hotels, seashore motels. That you've seen them on every corner. If you ever been down the shore, 20, 30 hotel rooms where people hire maids and they hire maintenance people. They have swimming pools, and some of these businesses are open year-round. Some of them are not, and that's another aspect that we're going to talk about this semester, which is the seasonality of some of these businesses. It's sometimes hard to be in business because of the seasonality of things. So, it's hard. So how do you manage cash? That's another thing that entrepreneurs have a craziness to them about, that they have cash and they have to understand how finances work. It's not always an easy thing to do it. You may be a wonderful chef. You may be a wonderful artisan who understands how to make bread or donuts, or you may be a jeweler who understands how to make necklaces and those types of things. But if you don't understand money and how to manage your money, then you're going to be in a real trouble when it comes to filing taxes and payroll and those types of things. So we're going to this semester talk about trying to give you some pointers as to how to help you manage money and help you generate this thing which is called wealth. That's probably one of the most important concepts as to understanding that going into business for yourself, you have a real potential for generating wealth. If you work for a company, you're only going to make W-2 income for the rest of your life. And so whatever you get paid every Friday, if you multiply that by 52 weeks out of the year times 40 years, give or take, that's what you're going to make. So that's it. But if you own your own business, you can make whatever you want. Because right over here, I don't know how well you can see it, there's this place called the Fudge Kitchen. I'm driving past it. I know you can't see that too well, but the Fudge Kitchen. So the Fudge Kitchen has 5 or 6 stores. So that person, he expands. So multiply whatever he makes by 5 or 6. Right over here, there's a Coors Brothers. Make whatever you want in ice cream, multiply that by how many Coors Brothers there are across the South Shore area. So all that being said, it's about wealth generation. But ultimately, let me back you up for 1 second as I make another left turn down Stone Harbor, but just insert any town USA, big or small town. Ultimately, I asked this question, and this might be one of the last kind of questions as I pose to you as I start to close out this introductory entrepreneurial video. Why do entrepreneurs ultimately go into business? And that's a kind of an age-old question that we ask ourselves. Why does anybody go into business? And I think you'd be interested with the answer if you sat down with any one of these business owners, and you can see, here's a little an interior decorating store. Here's a pizzeria. Pizzerias are great places. There's a barbershop. Here's a hoagie house. Here's a psychic reading store. Here's a yoga shop. Here's another clothing boutique store. Here's another restaurant. Why does anybody go into business for themselves? And the answer will surprise you. Many of you would say, well, I go into business to make the money. And ultimately, that's not the right answer. Businesses will make money if they do it the right way. And we're going to talk about, how to do it the right way. And it all is centered on understanding the right way is centered on customer and customer service. And as I circle back around, I'm going to point out some of these stores again as we start to close out this video. None of you will make any money if you don't understand and focus on customer and customer service. If you walk into any of these stores tonight and you get a hold of the owner of that business and you ask them the basic question, why, here's your little business. Why did you start this business? Why are you in business now? And they would sit down there and they would tell you in all honesty, I went into this business because I want to help and take care of customers. I want to give them a better piece of pizza. I want them to have a healthier lifestyle, so I'm opening up this yoga store. I want them to have a better, cheaper place to rest in Stone Harbor, so I opened up this hotel. And it goes on, and it's all centered on the fact that entrepreneurs first focus on customers. First focus on customers. So you, as business people, young business people, as you sit in your house and you reflect on what you want to do with your lives, you first have to reflect, am I going to go into corporate America, small business America, medium-sized business America? What am I going to do with my life? And if you see yourself working for a company, wonderful. You have to pick your industry and, your location. Are you going to be in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or California, wherever you want to be? But you have to determine whether or not you're going to work, for somebody. And that's a perfectly wonderful career path. College will absolutely prepare you for that. If you don't think you want that path and you want to go the entrepreneurial path, then we're going to talk this semester about how to kind of develop and nurture your ideas. But your ideas are ultimately centered on you know that right now there's a vacancy, a void in the marketplace for a product or a service that customers are looking to fill. They need you to give them something better. And if you can find that and how to do that at a price and a place, and if you can do that to the best, I can't even begin to tell you how wonderful your business will boom and expand and just be wonderful. And you will have such a wonderful business experience once you decide and move forward on that. And again, focus on those customers and you will do wonderful. Just as a small caveat to that as I close this out, focus on customers is absolutely the